there's two actions that we undertake. One is catching, and then once we've caught, we throw it. But we don't do it randomly. So with one ball, we're going to establish a pattern, a route that the ball will follow.
Cornelia. I knew it began with C. Cornelia.
What's your name?
Robin.
Robin.
On the first run, we name who we're going to throw it to. What's most important though is we need to keep eye contact with people. So you don't throw it until you've made eye contact with the person you're going to throw it to.
Alison.
The first time I did cooperative juggling, I think I was catching from a friend called Rob and throwing to a friend whose name was Alison. And I hadn't met either of them before. But because we were making eye contact, I felt, particularly with Alison, that I got to know her in quite a deep way, although we had never actually spoken.
Sorry, Helen. So I'm getting really confused because that's coming on my wrong side, my blind side, as it were. So
I've got a visual impairment, so I don't see things on my right-hand side. But we ask people to declare that before, so we can then take that into consideration.
it's a parabola.
You get more time to see it rather than a straight throw.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if that's might be helpful to bear in mind.
So, do we remember who we're throwing to and receiving from?
You're not there to win or to lose. You're not there to get the upper hand over someone. There's a lot of consideration involved. The person who you're throwing the ball to, there's a consideration not of catching them out, but of making sure it's the right level so they can catch it, making sure you don't go too far so they miss it. So that consideration I found very interesting.
Cooperative juggling reminded me of motherhood and the juggling, all the different roles that you have to play at different times and at different intensities. And so sometimes with cooperative juggling you have to focus more on catching, or you have to make sure you've gained your eye contact with who you're receiving from. And yeah, it just sort of, it really rang a bell that this is a very good way of maybe explaining to others what it can be like to juggle roles.
I think it works both on an individual level and on a collective level. I think on an individual level you can reach a point of almost mindfulness. It's very meditative. Once people settle down and get into the rhythm and stop having to call people's names who they're throwing to, a sort of like a peace descends on the activity. I think it's fairly transformative.
And once everybody knows what they're doing and people start passing the ball to and fro and it becomes synchronised and everybody starts working together in a synchronised fashion, you do find a sort of a state of grace falls over the proceedings.
Sorry, that was far too high.
And people are working together in a rhythm that is maybe in microcosm, maybe how the world should be, people working together in a rhythm, not grating on each other, not oppressing each other, not controlling each other.
It's a pattern, it's an example, a shape of what the world could be like in the future. But it's actually the shape, that small circle, giving and taking in equal measure, is what we can create anywhere in our own lives now.